Good evening. Just gonna wait for you guys to come. How is everyone? Anybody here? Say hello when you're here. Good evening. It's going to be a fun live tonight. We're going to be talking about, hi guys, we're going to be talking about learning in general, because there are so many things that I noticed people don't think about when they're learning. I was thinking about messages that I get. Hi, everyone. Thinking about messages that I get and why those things don't make sense to me, and how, with my perspective, how I can help you to hopefully change the way you are going about things with your learning. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about today is about a little story that happened to me for real when I was I was already, you're going to be surprised, because I was already a fluent speaker when this happened. What does that mean? I'm going to try and look at the camera because I think it's better for you guys, okay? And then I'm going to look at the chat thing in a minute. I was already a fluent speaker, so I spoke English fluently when this happened. This was back in 2008. So I had been in England around 6 years when this happened. And I was talking to a friend, a British friend. I was talking to him, we were having a conversation, having fun, when suddenly he said to me, "Oh, it's so cute how you say, okay." And I was like, "No, I don't." And he goes, "Yeah, you do." I said, "No, I don't say it like that." And he said, no, actually, Patricia, you do. You go, "Okay." And it's so sweet. And when he said that to me, I remember I felt like, what? Am I really saying okay when I'm speaking English? Is this actually happen? Is this actually happening? And so I spoke to him about this, and he said, "No, you don't say like that. You don't say okay like a Brazilian completely, but you say okay instead of okay." And not kidding, the moment he said that to me, I remember this story so well, because the moment he said it, I thought to myself, I gotta find a way to correct this. This has got to be changed, because I never realized I did it. I didn't know that I was saying okay instead of okay. But that moment was so important, because it was a realization moment. It was when I was like, okay, someone is pointing this out to me. Someone is saying this to me. So all I got to do is watch out for this mistake I'm making so that I can correct it. Because it's this amazing thing that I always say, nobody can do it for you. Only you can do it, which is great, because when you know you have the power to correct things that you say wrong, everything kind of gets much easier, you see? So then I started to work on the whole okay situation. It was much, much easier to just say okay as a word, as opposed to in the middle of a sentence. The reason for that is that we Brazilians use the word okay a lot in Portuguese, and we say it like okay. That's how we say it. We say o instead of o. And that was getting in the way of my pronunciation. So we've got to make sure that we do this, that we are aware as much as possible, so that you can improve. When you become aware, you improve so much more. Let me just see a lovely message here. Hi, Patricia. I'm liking so much to your channel. You are an excellent teacher. Thank you. Send a hug to me and my wife. Today's our wedding anniversary. Oh, you guys, that is lovely. Well, a massive hug to you. I wish you guys a wonderful life together as of this day. So nice to see you here. One thing though that I must say, in English we don't say I am liking. We don't. We just say I really like. So I really like your channel instead of I am liking, okay? Happy anniversary. Thanks for being here tonight. So that was my first introduction for the day that I wanted to tell you about, this little story. There's something else I want to tell you, that it's something that people don't think about ever. You know, there are so many words. If you're always learning, if you're always studying English, always watching things and listening to things in English, you are always learning something, right? So maybe you see this new word or this new phrasal verb or this new expression or anything, and you think to yourself, okay, I get it. I understand how to use this. I understand it totally. It's really good, but you can never use it. It never happens. So you keep on watching things in English and you see that word or that expression or that phrasal verb or whatever, you see that coming up all the time. And as much as you understand it, you can never use it. Have you noticed? Does that happen to you? If that happens to you, can you say yes, please? Do you notice that when you're learning, you learn things, but sometimes as much as they make sense to you, you can't use them. You can't find a way to get them out. Please say yes if this happens to you. Yeah. I thought so. Because when I talk to my students, I often hear that. Yeah, that you understand what is behind the meaning, yeah? So much so that you're watching, I don't know, you're watching whatever series that you like, and you hear it and you're like, okay, like I totally understand this sentence. Why can I not use it? Why is this not really part of my vocabulary? Let's talk about this for a minute, okay? There is something that I really believe in terms of learning a language, that is the right time. I believe in the right time. I think there is a time for you to be able to use words that you learn. Some of those words will come to you more naturally for whatever reason. Sometimes it's your first language that helps. Sometimes you being Brazilian and being fluent in Portuguese may help you use some words in English. Yes, why not? We have some very similar words in English and Portuguese, don't we? And sometimes it's simply your profession, your background. There are lots of things that will influence your learning and will get in the way of your learning too, okay? But one thing that got me thinking so hard about this was the fact that I too have words that and expressions and things in general that I understand, that when I'm watching something and they say there isn't an alarm ringing. You know, it's not like something going on in my head and I'm thinking, God, I have no idea what this is. No, I don't have that. I'm comfortable watching something with that word, but I cannot, for the love of God, I cannot bring myself to actually use the word. I was thinking about this yesterday because I was watching something and one of those words came up. And when I heard the word, I thought, oh, there you are again. And I still don't remember your meaning. I still cannot use you. Yeah. I'm going to tell you what the word is, and I'm going to tell you what I did today to make sure this never happens again. And what I'm doing right now to make sure this never happens again. The word I'm talking about in my case is uncanny. Uncanny. It's UN, so it's a. Remember we spoke about sounds, so important for this word You've gotta get it right. And it's a hard word to pronounce being Brazilian. I'm gonna tell you why for you to see exactly what I mean. So it's UN. I'm gonna type it up here. Tell me if you can see it, right? Right, so it's UNCANNY. So it's uncanny. So uncanny, uncanny, uncanny. For Brazilian people, it's hard to say because we want to say uncanny, but it's not. It's uncanny. Remember? Uncanny. This beautiful word has been haunting me for a long time. And I can never get it. I just can never get it right. I never remember how to use it. I've never used it. I've never used that word in my life. Never. So I was watching something yesterday and they said it again. And I thought, damn it, I've got to work on this. So today I was talking to a student and I told him about this. And I said, okay, we're going to do something together right now. He said, okay, what are we doing? I said, hold on. I'm going to look it up and we're going to discuss this word. So as I was talking to him, I looked up. To look up is to search for the meaning. To look up is to check our best friend, Google. Not Google Translate, obviously. Google, the search engine, okay? So typed it up, uncanny. Went on to Cambridge Dictionary, my number one fave. It's an abbreviation for favorite. Went on there, read the word to him, uncanny, and the meaning. The meaning of uncanny, I'll have you know, is something mysterious, right? Something mysterious, something strange is uncanny. It's a very simple meaning, guys. It's not a big word. It's a simple word. I told what I was looking at to him. I told him everything. And then I saw that there were some words with a similar meaning at the bottom of the page, right? And one of those words was bizarre. So the word bizarre for a Portuguese speaker is very easy to use, isn't it? Do you know the word bizarre? Can you understand when I say bizarre? If you understand bizarre, can you please say yes? So I know you're following what I'm trying to explain. Do you understand the word bizarre? Bizarre. That's bizarre. Do you understand this? If you do, say yes, please. Bizarre. God, that movie is bizarre. It's just bizarre, isn't it? Yeah. Now, stop for a moment and analyze here with me. Why do you think you understand the word bizarre? Really, why? Why do you understand the word bizarre? Because it's very similar to Portuguese, my friends. As simple as that. Bizarre, when I say bizarre, you think, okay, I understand this word. I can use it. It's so easy to use. It's so similar to my language. Okay. When I say uncanny, you think, what the hell? You got no idea what this is, right? Same here. I feel the same. So for me, every time I heard or I saw uncanny, I could not make a connection between English and my language. I could not see this word and be like, okay, now I know how to use it. It makes sense. Uncanny doesn't make any sense to me at all. So instead of forcing myself to use uncanny, I was just relying on bizarre and just saying bizarre, 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 instead of saying to myself, hold on a minute, girl. You gotta work hard here. Let's use uncanny instead of bizarre. You see? So this happens to me. It probably happens to you too. Do not rely on the easy options. It will hold you back. Do not rely on the easy options. The easy options are great. They're your friends, they're easy. But you cannot just be saying to yourself, I'll use this because it's easy. I'll use it because it's similar in Portuguese. No, man. Don't do it like that. Instead, be like, okay, I'm going to look it up again and again and again and again until I remember this word. The only reason why, and I'm going to tell you this right now because I know from my learning process and from everything I have seen in the past 11 years teaching, is if you don't remember a word, if it's hard for you to remember a word, use it just once. Use it once, and the problem is solved. Because there is this fear of using a new word until you use it. The moment you do it, that fear is gone, is out of the way. So from now on, I can safely say to you that uncanny is officially a part of my vocabulary. Who did it? I did it. So who is going to change your English? Is it going to be me? No, it's going to be you. Okay? Before I go tonight, I have been up since 6 o'clock this morning. My brain is starting to stop functioning officially. Let me see. Good series on Netflix that I can recommend as a last question. This doesn't exist. You know this, right? Think about it for a moment. I'm a mom. I got 2 kids. So naturally, I am into a TV show, a series called Working Moms. It doesn't mean it's good for you. It's good for me because it's my life. I like it. So you want to know something good to watch on Netflix? Watch something that genuinely interests you. You genuinely feel that you want to see this because it's a topic that you like, because it's an actor that you like, because it reminds you of this other series that you liked, for whatever reason. Good content to watch in English is what makes sense to you. Okay? So what I want to say now, beautiful people, is just one more thing before I say goodbye. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. If you don't, at Patrícia Angst, you'll find me very easily. I just want to say, if you are interested in finding out more about my course coming out beginning of next year, please send me your email address on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram with your email address. I'm going to keep your email address so that when the time comes, I can send you emails about my course so that you, if you are really interested in being part of this fantastic experience, that you will definitely hear about it, because sometimes Instagram doesn't deliver messages to everyone. Maybe you're not going to log on to YouTube, you're not going to see it. Well, there are very limited spots on this course, very, very limited. So if you are really interested, just send me a message on Instagram with your email address so that when the time comes, I can let you know more about my course coming out beginning of next year. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being with me tonight. It's been a pleasure, as always, and I'm proud of you for being here on a Friday night. You should be proud of yourself too. Okay, I'll definitely be seeing you next week. Think about everything I said, because you really have got the power. And the moment you realize you've got it, some big changes are going to happen. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.